Nigel, a brilliant Derby Day victory here, a 1-0 win against Notts County. What's your assessment of the result and performance?
Oh, incredible result. Performance was enough to win the game. I thought the effort and the desire was what got us the game, got us the result today. We got an early goal and we fought tooth and nail to hang on to it against a very good side with the attacking options that they have, and the amount of goals they've scored to keep a clean sheet against them today is absolutely outstanding. With a patched up team as well. You got what you counted up in the week, 6-7 defenders out, something like that altogether. You end up with your centre forward at right back again. All that, I think we can play a bit better, but we can't work any harder. And I'm sure the supporters over the years have seen teams give tons of effort for this club, but they won't have seen much more than they saw today.
Yeah, to a man, you surely cannot ask any more in terms of endeavour from your troops.
Not in the slightest. Everybody, the forwards from Will Swan chasing down, and I thought he was very good today and lucky not to get a goal. George Williams typified it, coming in, hardly played at all, and he goes and does 75 minutes until he gets cramp, and defended magnificently. But all over the pitch, Bailey playing out of position at left back, all over the pitch today. I thought we competed superbly. Clough, again, this is his sort of game, and as I say, that's what you need to get that sort of result in the circumstances today. Everything that's been thrown at us in the last 7 days or so, the circumstances of the defeat at Wimbledon, which will rankle for a very, very long time, especially if we do miss out on something by a point or three. But I thought the way we responded as a team, as a club all week, has been absolutely magnificent. Bring them on, bring them on.
Let's look at the decisive goal. Let's reflect upon that. In the 8th minute by Davis Keeler Dunn, and what a strike of the ball. Lovely.
Worthy of winning any game, especially a local derby. Just needs that extra yard or two outside the box, and he's curling one in, no chance at all. I've watched a bit of Everton-Tottenham earlier, and I think Richarlison put one in for Tottenham, very, very similar. As soon as you hit it, if you're behind it, you know it's in.
You touched upon it earlier, but I think you restricted them to just the one shot on target, and I think that might have been in the opening couple of minutes when McGoldrick almost poked it over the line, but for a fine stop by Christy Pym.
Yeah, and I think George Williams cleared one off the line as well, very early in the first minute or two. Very important clearance to keep us at 0-0. Those are the sort of things that need to go your way, and defensively have to be brilliant in order to get a result today.
You might have got more goals today.
Yeah, I thought second half. I thought we had enough situations and stuff. I thought we were much better in, first of all, dealing with them and much more of a threat. A little bit more on the front foot, which we should be at home, winning the ball higher up the pitch, and then creating chances from that.
You've highlighted the endeavour, but what about the way you controlled, managed the game in the second half?
Yeah, I thought late on was very good indeed. And say Christie didn't really have a save late on in the game, but not to the sort of side that they won't change. They'll keep probing, they'll keep passing and trying to open you up that way. So as long as we're organised, don't get caught on the break. It just would have been nice if we could have got that second goal, and we could have, me and Andy could have just popped back into the office for a beer rather than watch the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, you had to watch it from up here at the back of the Quarry Lane stand. What perspective did that give you of the match?
Much better, especially when you're playing a team like Notts, where you can have an overview of it. When you're at pitch level and all you're looking at is legs and shirts and things, it's very difficult to see an overall picture. And I get exactly why the rugby coaches, watching the Six Nations and stuff, always sit in the stand, because they can see the whole pitch and the game much, much better. So I think that what we saw first half, what we had to change was get a little bit tighter and better organised, one or two little things, and I thought that was down to that was the improvement in the second half. So whoever came up with the decision, very, very grateful, helped us get 3 points today.
Was it straightforward to get messages from up here onto the pitch?
No, the radio stopped working in the second half, so we were on the phone and speaking to Adam Collin and Dave Waldie down there, but that was just about subs and everything and things like that. The lads had to come off, they were injured or absolutely shattered, and they did that adequately. I think they're quite fancy it, actually. They might want to be down there for Forest Green next week.
Might it be something you repeat at home, given the choice next time?
Yes, I tried it the other week watching over there, but you're still down low in the Bishop Street. But you're still down low at pitch side. And I did it once at Derby, I think, when at Coventry, and got a much better view of the game. And then my mum actually told me off. She said, you should be on the touchline. She said, your dad would have said they need you in the dugout. So I didn't do it again after that. When your mum tells you to do something, you do it generally, but it's something definitely to give you a better perspective.
George Williams, I think you said he had cramp earlier, didn't you? What about George Maris?
Breathing issues. He really was struggling to get his breath in the second half. So we've had this flu going through, the nasty virus going through the camp as well in the last couple of weeks. So it could be either the start of that or a little trace of that.
Perhaps unfair to pick out one particular player, but Aidan Flint, there was a doubt about him playing today, wasn't there? But he soldiered into the lineup.
Very robust sort of individual, and he's walked around the training ground, took Bobby for a walk with his arm in a sling earlier in the week, and most players, I don't think, after last week, a partial dislocation would have ventured out there, but that's the sort of character he is, and I think that when everybody sees him out there doing that and they know what's happened, I think it lifts everybody.
What does a victory like this, not only against the local rivals, but in the circumstances prior to this one, what does a win like this do for you, the players, the staff, the management and the supporters, the club on the whole?
It just gives us all a big lift. You know, we had a difficult January after the magnificent victory at Stockport, and we need a win. And it's no coincidence that the two games we've won, we've both kept clean sheets in both. And we didn't give anything away today. Notts had to work very hard for the situations, and that was the key to getting the victory. Gave a silly goal away against Sutton, silly one against Morecambe, silly one against Crewe, and that's why we weren't getting the results. That is proof today that if we defend properly and play properly, we're a difficult team to play against.
It's a brilliant win. Thank you, Nigel.
Thank you.